We've been provided with a function. In fact, it's called function f, and we are going to go ahead and we are going to find the inverse of this function. So to do that, let's start by switching the x and y. Again, I'm going to be lazy and just put a y there. And now I switch it. So x equals 1 over 1 plus y. Okay, now what's the next thing that we're going to do? We have to find a way to isolate the y. So there's multiple ways that we can do this. And so we can really choose this. We could do cross multiplying and then somehow try to get the y by itself. We can multiply by the reciprocal. It is up to you. I saw a lot of students that chose to do cross multiplying. I'm going to take x times this quantity, x times 1 plus y, and I'm going to set it equal to 1. X times 1 plus y, and I set it equal to 1. Now my whole goal is to get y by itself. So I have 1x, and then I have plus xy equals 1. Now I could do that, or when I look at this, if my goal is to get y by itself, it means first I need to isolate this. So I could do that, or I could come back here and go, okay, I think I could divide by x here. And now I have 1 plus y equals 1 over x. And to isolate the y, my very last step will be simply to subtract 1 and subtract 1. And now y is by itself, and this would be my inverse. So this is the inverse, is 1 over x minus 1. Now, is there another way that we could have still received this answer? Yes. So over here, if I subtract this 1x to the opposite side, I have xy equals 1 minus 1x. I divided by x, I divided by x. Keep watching, please. I have 1 minus x over x. Okay, all that's great, but we want to put this in simplest form. And so here's where we do it. This has to be shared with the left and it has to be shared with the right. So I have 1 over x minus x over x. And we know x over x is the same as 1. So 1 over x minus 1. Again, I'm going to grab the graphing calculator. You don't have to take time, but I want you to be watching up here. So there's my numerator divided by my denominator, and I'm putting both in parentheses. Then I'm going to come over to my second function, which I believe is the inverse of the first, and I'm going to have 1 divided by x in parentheses, subtract 1. Now, I know that when I look at this graph, if they reflect across the line, y equals x, they are in fact inverses. And can you guys see how they directly are reflecting across? Yes, no? Yep. Okay.